Let me share my screen. Ma'am, my voice is clear, na?
Yes, sir.
Hope I am audible. Okay. Be
Yes,
blessed by
yes.
the pronouns to each and every member who joined today for the session. Thank you, Kavita ma'am, for the intro. And thanks to Sharani ma'am also for the powerful meditation today, 9 center meditation. Today, as the title says, meditation, a deep insight. The title was Sky Meditation. So, in this topic today, we have some general discussion about the meditation, the general understanding about meditation by our forces, and what our Sky Yoga, the meditation techniques, types, the benefits. The topic may be a refreshing session for already practitioners, but if somebody are new, it may be a good interactive session. They may take interest and start practicing, connecting to centers for learning this meditation. As a word meditation, it is not something new. It is practiced by our ancestors. It is there in each and every part of the world, followed by uh, each and every people who want to have a spiritual path. It is the practice which is very essential for the prosperity of the humankind. It is a treasure, basically a treasure. It is passed to us by the earlier generation who sacrificed for their entire life for the welfare of the mankind. So just I am going to share some of the meditation course by different scholars. We all know the great Vivekananda. He says the practice of meditation is the great scientific method of knowledge. There is no knowledge without the power of meditation. So he is connecting meditation with the scientific method. So our modern Sky Yoga, Maharshi also, the popularity and the speciality of our master is also connecting spirituality with the science. Another quote from Vivekananda also, holy meditation helps to burn out all mental impurities. So there are impurities within us inside that has to be burned out. The only way is meditation. So these are the famous quotes from Vivekananda. Same way, the other scholar, which we were all familiar with by seeing his posture, Gautama Buddha. He is also one of the great scholar, and his philosophy is followed by all over the world. Though he is from origin from India, he is attracted by every member all around the world, and people are following his philosophy. He says the mind is everything. What do you think, you become. So he's connecting the speciality of mind in each and every aspects. The other quote from Buddha is, the secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, not to worry about the future, but to live the present moment wisely and earnestly. So being in present is the one insisted by Gautama Buddha. The other scholars which we are very popular, which we all come to know, our great father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi. He says meditation is waiting on God. So we all know Mahatma Gandhi is very much close to his ahimsa practices, following prayer. So each and every prayer, he says the power of meditation, connecting to divinity, waiting on God. Same way, in our great ancient scholar, the poet Thiruvalluvar, in his poetry, one of the poem in Tamil, it is on the title of Tavam, Vendiya Vendiyang Eidalal Seidavam Indu Muyalapadam. The meaning of this poem is that what they wish may, as they wish, be won by men on earth, or works of painful penance done. So the importance of meditation was insisted here. Whatever you want to achieve, that is possible when you start practice the meditation in your life. That is the message from this Quran. Now let us go further deep about the meditation. There are many different understandings about meditation. It is a kind of practice to our mind, which we all familiar with us. There is a great asset, mind, within us. So instead of having a general understanding, let's have a deep understanding about this practice. What here it is clarity, what we are getting is meditation is a process of living in constant awareness. The first definition is living in constant awareness. Then exercising mastery over the senses. The second act is mastery over the senses, with due consideration regarding the well-being of self and others. The third one is the self and others' well-being is considered. And at last, the aim of serving the purpose of one's birth. So at the end, what we understand is the purpose of one's birth should be achieved when we are born as a humanity in this world. Because getting a birth in this world is a very rare choice. So we all got that opportunity. So the aim of achieving the purpose of one's birth is the great goal, and that is achieved only by following the meditation process. Also, about meditation, it is the practice of focusing the mind on the life energy. So here we talk about life energy because we are living things, like starting from one sense plant, the conscious developed from one sense to five sense, and after the animal sense, the evolution was improved with a great development of human with the sixth sense. So that sixth sense gives us the strength, having mind to understand the life energy. The only difference between a non-living thing and the living thing is the life energy. The consciousness is also there in non-living things, but it works in a different pattern. But in living things, it has a further development, which we all know. For non-living things, the basic consciousness work and it works according to the three conditions: pattern, precision, regularity. But when it comes to living things, when life energy start circulating on the Panchabhutas, then it becomes a living cell. And as a human, this life energy is having a center over the body, and it starts circulating all over the body. Because of that energy only, we say as we are living. So meditation here is the focusing our mind on the life energy, because the mind emanated from the life energy. The transformation, the extension of life energy is called mind. That is the basic understanding from Vedatriyam. The Maharshi concept, what we understood is the mind is the extension of life energy. And it is not a mere practice, it is an accomplishment that we all should keep in mind. So what is the divinity connection here? We all know our life is a journey where we are traveling. This journey is towards the absolute, because from there only we come to this world. So merging with the absolute, like when you see raining outside, water droplets comes from the sky. When it touches the ground, then it start trying to reach to the ultimate origin of sea. Wherever possible, it try to connect and try to merge with the sea, because from there only it got evaporated and become a cloud, and again comes as a rain. So connecting with the origin is a kind of a completion of a journey. So same way, our human life is a journey towards the absolute. So the God realization is the purpose of life. That is the understanding we need to get. The purpose of spiritual life, as I said before, it's a God realization. It's not only God realization, it is also called self-realization. So meditation is very important for achieving this God realization by removing the sin imprints. So we say here eradication. The sin imprints is not only because of our birth, it is a chain. We all know it is a genetic continuity. We get this sin imprints from the animal footprint. Then from our ancestors, as a parentic genetic chain, we got this as a Sanchita karma. It is the imprint we received. But after getting birth, we start doing our own acts and we start accumulate this sin imprints further. So it is the practice which is allow you to understand the God realization, also helps the eradication of sin imprints. So what are the sin imprints we are getting? So here what they are saying, realization of nature and attaining pleasure and contentment from it. The meditation helps to enhance our wisdom. These are the two benefits by meditation. The imprints, what exactly it does on the humanity for an individual is physical ailments that we all know. We are getting affected with different ailments and blemishes in the soul. So for physical body as well as the internal soul, both are getting affected by the imprints, sin imprints. So we supposed to know how to know do we have sin imprints or not. These are the two indicators. Any physical ailments which we are carry forward, or If our soul is having blemishes, then we have the imprints to clear, purify. This is another general understanding. What we need to know is thoughts and deeds, the quality of thoughts and deeds to improve what is required. Because we want to start our life with a different requirement for the spiritual achievement. So for this achievement, we should have something in mind. So to achieve that, these are the three things to be followed, because our deeds starts from thoughts. Thoughts becomes word, and the word becomes deeds. So realizing the facts in the sense, the truth. What is the truth that need to be realized first? Do good alone. Do good things. That is the second factor. And third one is the ignore the rest. So by having these three simple practices in our life, we can make our thoughts and deeds pure and clear. So the spiritual path is clear, and our journey will be easy. So having more further on benefits of meditation, the mind becomes tranquil. The power of mind, the memory, concentration, the integrity and values get improved. Our life energy will not be wasted. The temperaments are controlled. The temperaments here, what I'm saying, there are 6 temperaments which we may have something already aware. Still, I will show in a slide. Those 6 temperaments are controlled by following this practice. The mind becomes calm and tranquil, devoid of all thoughts during meditation. So what is happening during meditation inside our body and soul, to the mind, that is explained here in different way, that we need to carry this message. The life energy is the ideal point to meditate upon. Meditating on the life force is a form of God worship. So we have different worshipping methods. There are different practices followed in different yoga. We call it as Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga. So everybody has their own interest to follow the worshipping practice. Even by action, you can do worship. Good action, good thought. So life force is one of the key factor here. The life energy is one of the ideal point which is chosen here as a point to meditate. We all know there is a father of yoga, Patanjali. He prepared, he only the modern yoga, what we come to know is from a base of Ashtanga yoga, we used to know. He make that Ashtanga yoga divide and structured in a structured way for the humanity to follow. So in that practice, the first 4 parts was for the physical body. The next 4 steps is for mental alignment, for the mind. The physical part should be clear, to have a clarity in mind. So the body and mind is very closely connected, that we all know. So here the practice of Kundalini Yoga is the only way to regulate the mind waves. So Kundalini is the word here we use because Gundam means the fire. Ali means it's a common gender. So for each and every gender, there is a fire inside us that helps us the spiritual progress to understand the power of mind. So the mind having a frequency, because it is written as a wave. So mind works as a wave. It has a frequency like the radio waves, what we receive from the broadcasting station. When you tune, you will get Dubai FM. When you tune, you will get another Qatar FM, like that. So whatever you tune, you are getting that frequency, and you are able to hear the whatever they are broadcasting. Same way, our mind also can be tuned within a range of frequency. The yoga practices helps us to reduce the frequency from a aggravate state to a calm state. So that is the ideal practice. This Kundalini yoga has to be learned under the guidance of an experienced master. So this is another one key factor. You should not go by books, reading books and getting some knowledge from others. It should not be practiced on their own. It should be practiced under a experienced master. Whoever the master, whatever the practice, but it is from a guru to be learned. That guidance will help for the right method to follow. It is always good to have a master to learn yoga. Any point of yoga, any practice of yoga, there is a need of guru in all the time. In our session, we are going to cover the basic 4 meditations. So I will run through because we have less time, I think. These are the basic fundamental meditation in our Sky Yoga. The first one is Agna. The second one is Shanti meditation. Third one is Durya and Duryatit. Each meditation has its own benefits. It has a purpose to follow. After having these 4, there are 5 more meditation given by our master. They are called special meditation. The one we did today also, 9 center meditation, which is a special meditation working on chakras. So this special meditation is also required to achieve some specific goals, some specific progress. But having this 4 fundamental meditation will give you the clarity about the Sky Yoga. And this 4 will be learned during the further course. When you connect to the center, it will be taught each and everything in detail with lectures, explanations. So having said that, let us have a very brief about the meditation practices and its benefits. In Agna, we are focusing our mind on the life energy between the eyebrows. So the life energy is not on the eyebrows always. It is having the center at Muladhara. The center point of life energy is at Muladhara. The Muladhara is the chakra where 1 inch above our anus point. So that chakra is the center point of our body. From there, it is raised to the eyebrow where the Agna center is placed. It is by a master initially. With the initiation process, it is given. The process of raising this life energy from Muladhara to Agna, that is called Sparisha Diksha, because master will give you a touch on the centers. So that is called Sparisha Diksha. So this meditation removes the temperaments. As I told you before, it removes the evil temperaments and the mastery over the 5 senses. This Agna meditation. Because all our habits are linked, connected with these 5 senses. I think we all know about those 5 senses, which is called Jnanendriya. There are 5 for the action, there are 5 for achieving the jnana. So those 5 senses, the sensory perceptions, only we are getting the pleasure and pain. So we are spending our life energy to have this pleasure or pain using the five senses. To have the mastery over the five senses, this is the Agna Chakra, which helps you to have the mastery over the five senses. You have the control. Otherwise, you will go follow the sensory needs only. The six temperaments which I was recalling in earlier slide, these are the six temperaments. The first one is greed. The left side is the negative part of the temperaments. How this can be transformed in a positive way by following the meditation practices given on the right side. The greed becomes contentment, the anger into a tolerance, the miserliness becomes philanthropy, the immoral sexual passion becomes chastity, the vanity becomes parity, and the vengeance becomes forgiveness. These are the six temperaments which gets a positive side of development by following the meditation practices. So this Agna helps us to achieve, to overcome attachment to the material things. So we will not be a materialistic, it will help to come out of the attachment to the material things. Self-realization, as we know before, it is the God realization. The self-realization become possible by having this practice. We can have the ability to read the right path. It helps to develop that ability. The awareness, constant awareness grows. That is the funda of having this Agna meditations, and it helps the mastery over senses and the imprints, the akamya imprints, which is the, because of our sole interest, we start doing our own actions. Those imprints getting eradicated by following this Agna meditation. So the brain, where the gland is there, the pituitary gland is the one we are focusing in between the eyebrows here. In brain, there are two centers. The one is on the top, pineal gland, that is another chakra. Those are endocrine glands basically. So endocrine glands, we all know they are not having any connection. Wherever they are, they start work and help to achieve the energy transformation all over the body, across the body. So the brain has these two glands. The master gland is the pituitary gland where we focus. That is called Agna. The next practice is the Shanti Yoga. In Shanti Yoga, this is the reversal of the same practice, the same master who given the initiation. It is the master's responsibility to give the Shanti Yoga, because there were days people are afraid of practicing yoga because the impact, the effects of having this yoga without this knowledge, practice Shanti practices. In earlier days, even our master also felt many issues during the initial stage of learning. Then he got himself this initiation from Paranjodi Mahan. Then he added this to this Sky Yoga as a special add-on, because you don't find this kind of practices in any of the other yoga systems. That is the specialty of Sky Yoga, doing Shanti Yoga. So in this, the same energy which was transformed from Muladhara to Agna, we are bringing back from Agna to Muladhara again. This is the reversal process. In this meditation, the spiritual energy is converted into physical energy. So the body gets energized by having this Shanti Yoga. And the center, the Muladhara, is connected as to the earth. In the Panchabhuta matrix, if you say, the Muladhara is very close associated with earth. So having this meditation, Shanti Yoga, it helps the research associated with earth. Also, the energy levels are balanced all over the body. Also, the spiritual energy, the transformation into physical energy is also achieved by following this Shanti Yoga. So this has to be followed once in a week. If you are a follower of Sky Meditation, this was already told each and every follower to have this once in a week, 2 times in a week. Now, there is a practice, clearance practice, which is also given during the learning of this Sky Yoga. And even during when we start meditation, this clearance also we follow on our own self. So this is a kind of practice which shifting the mind rapidly from Agna to Muladhara and again Muladhara to Agna through the spinal, along the spinal few times. So it is also a kind of practice we give with auto suggestion. As a Disha, this will be given by a master. But during meditation, in the beginning, we do Nadi Shuddhi as well as this clearance practice. This helps to clear the track, the complete spinal cord track is cleared. Like when there is a VIP coming to your hometown, what are the officials will start doing clearing the whole town clean and clear to have a good interest of that VIP to visit. So same way, when we start doing this meditation, the process will be performed to have a clear path. This clears the blocks in the spinal cord, the Kundalini Yoga, the life energy path will be clear. So the progress will be more easy and the meditation is performed well by having this practice. The next one is the Duriyam meditation, which is another chakra. It is also in the brain, on the body, top of our head. We can say crown. Crown of the head we are doing. The other name is Brahmarandra meditation. Also, it is called Sahasradhara, the center. This is the center where I was showing you in the brain, the pineal gland. So it is on the top. This helps to eradicate the imprints of soul. So we can do auto suggestions and blessings by keeping our mind on this center. This is a gateway to divinity. So when you want to progress towards divinity, you have to open the gateway. So from body to absolute space to enter, this is the gateway to focus. There are more benefits. The mind becomes stronger and subtler. The emotions cannot overcome the mind easily. As a karma, prarabdha karma is eradicated by following this meditation. Like in Agna, our ahamya was eradicated. Here, the other imprints called prarabdha karma, that is eradicated from the stage of 3 up to now. Whatever the karma we did, that is getting eradicated by following this Duriya meditation. Now, the fourth one is the Duryadit meditation. This is the ultimate stage in Kundalini meditation, means the topmost meditation which master wants us to follow. Because the life energy is focused within body, but when you start focus on the absolute space, then the Jiva Brahma Mukti. That is the state of Samadhi we are achieving, because we are connecting to the state of Samadhi, the space, ultimate absolute space. So that is the purpose of our birth also. So this Duryadit meditation helps to achieve that practice. So what is happening here? The consciousness expands to encompass the entire universe and then travels beyond it to become one with the divine. So means from body conscious we are expanding. So the mind has the capacity. It has two functions. It can shrink or it can expand. So when we are focusing on our body, on those chakras, it gets shrink and focused. But when you start practice Duryatit, the mind start having the new way of expansion. The expansion is possible by doing this meditation. Initially, we meditate to the entire universe. Then we go beyond the universe. Then that is the absolute space. That is the divine state we are focusing. So it is the way, pictorial way it is shown. There are 9 centers, 6 centers over the body. Then Dwada Sangam, the moon, the sun, then the universal field, at last the absolute space. This is the meditation practice we follow. So whatever the stages that we are explaining here, we connect ourselves to the universal magnetism. So the mind helps, it helps the mind to expand effortlessly. So meaning effortlessly means here, whenever you think, the mind gets expand. When you start thinking about the universal field as well as the absolute space. Here we get merged with the absolute space in the Duryadit meditation. Expanding beyond the limits of universe, become one with the static state meditation is called absolute space. This is also called gravity. We used to get this term in modern science, gravity, but absolute space is the ultimate gravity. Our Maharshi mastered, and he gave many explanation about the gravity in a different dimension. Even the scientists challenge master philosophy, but he explained in such a way they can agree. Still, it is in the development stage. Scientists start thinking and accepting the philosophy of our master. This is about life force. Our Maharshi quote: "He who is known as God in the cosmic is called the life force in the living beings." So in the cosmic, we call it as a God. So in the living beings, it is called life force. That is the famous quote from our Maharishi. The absolute space is the totality and the life energy is a fraction. So if fraction demands, the totality starts supplies. That is the another famous quote from our master. Absolute space is vast because it is macrocosm. The life energy particle are very minute. They are microcosm. So from micro to macro, macro to micro, there is a connection. That is the link. By doing this meditation, we are able to get this link from micro to macro connection. About frequencies, the mind waves getting a subtle level in the divine state, in the Duryadit meditation. There are different frequencies that is explained in later slides. There is a feel, the like human has only experienced the two ways, pain or pleasure. There are two more to be experienced, That's what Maharshi says in each and every sessions. Peace and pleasure, pain and pleasure is common for all the humans. By understanding this concept of life energy, one can start realize the peace is the third one, and fourth one is the ecstasy. The ecstasy is felt when you start expand your mind, the secrets of the universe, and understanding during deep meditation, this ecstasy can be achieved. It can happen any place or any time when you go deep on the meditation. So the agna, the frequencies are the mind frequency. Under normal condition, when we are aggravated, it will be 14 to 40. But when you start meditate, agna, it becomes 8 to 13. That is called alpha state. It is felt as a pressure in the eyebrows. When Duriya, when you start doing practice at crown chakra, the frequency becomes 4 to 7. This is called theta stage. It is the even that pressure sensation also get vanished. We become merged with the mind. Then we start travel through Dwadasangam. So we go out of our body 1 feet above the head. That is called Dwadasang. The 1 feet is the Dwadasang. Dwa means 2. Dasam means 10. So 10 plus 2, 12. Total, the 12-inch above body is the one Dwadasang. Then we expand our mind to the moon, then followed by the sun. With this expansion, we are able to go to the universal field. We further expand our mind and one with the entire universe. We all know the universe is very dense packed energy particles. There are Milky Way, galaxy, there are many things. We live in this solar kingdom, but there is an entire universal field is filled with multiple galaxies. So by having this expansion, our mind is merged with the universal field. Further expansion beyond the universal field is the absolute space. So when we expand and focus our mind on the limitless space, that is the ultimate absolute space where the gravity and divinity is experienced. About absolute space, there is a saying by Maharishi, when all thoughts merge with the divine state and the mind is filled with awareness and peace, the realization that the self is nothing but the divine state dawns. This is the great saying by Maharishi about absolute space. What are the benefits of doing this meditation? The mind merged with the divine state, the perfection is attained. All the sin imprints, the carried over Sanchita karma, whatever the karma we got it from the genetic, the Sanchita karma also get eradicated, dissolved. So the key word is dissolution, dissolve the imprints. It's happening by following this meditation. The ego, illusion, and imprints are eradicated totally. The Trikala Jnana, knowing the past, living in present, having the clarity about future, all this Trikala Jnana develops. That perspicacity is the another mental development that grows. So by having this, there is a poem which I want to share with you about meditation by Maharishi with the title of Radiant Life. So with this slide, I think we are going to conclude our session. In this poem on meditation, what Maharishi says, he starts with the three things: ignorance, emotion, and illusion. Limit your consciousness. And the result is that you reap misery through your deeds. So the reason for misery is explained here by three: ignorance, emotion, and illusion. That limits our consciousness. The result is misery through our deeds. Now the solution. Cultivate awareness as a matter of habit and evaluate your thoughts even they arise. So here solution is given how to come out of this misery. Awareness, constant awareness as a matter of habit. Where to start, evaluate your thoughts even they arise. When it start arising, there itself you start evaluate. That is the key practice as a introspection practice Maharshi is giving. The Sky Yoga, whatever systematic practice in Tamil it is called Manavalaklai Yoga. Is the in English we can say Sky Yoga, the Kundalini Yoga. It has a very good treasure kind of thing package. Humanity can follow a systematic scientific way, which helps you here to awaken your potential. And when your consciousness is elevated by meditation, your life gets radiant and stays so thereafter. So this is what the message conveyed. I hope this session will be useful to all. Be blessed by the divine. So summarizing the whole, the topic was explained with the general understanding about meditation. Further on the types, basic fundamental meditation and its benefits and the deep insight about those four. And the finally, the Maharshi's message about meditation, the value, the purpose of meditation to, to us. Thank you, one and all, who listened this session today. I think I will conclude my session, ma'am. Thank you all.